And I've pitched my whole idea of Gable winning the Intercontinental title after Gunther breaks Honky's record. And I definitely think Gunther is going to do that now. But if he has a match with Gable on Raw, that's in jeopardy. But what I would like to see is like a trio. I would like to see a match on Raw, maybe some interference, a DQ, or maybe just a flat-out Gunther win with some interference from Imperium. And then Gable complains to Adam Pearce, this is bullshit. I want a shot against him. I know I can beat him one-on-one, man-to-man. And then Pearce is like, okay, we'll book the match for Payback, which is about 6 days before he breaks the record. And they ban Imperium from ringside or something like that. I don't know. Maybe they do a stip. Maybe you save banning Imperium for the last match. And then you just have like match of the year. You let these guys go out there and have a match of the year candidate caliber match where Gunther, just a couple of days away from beating Honky's record, most fans are of the belief that he's going to do that. But you have Gable give him the fight of his fucking life to where Gunther now is trying to survive Gable. And Gable gets him down for a few extremely close near falls, like the type of near falls where 75% of the audience thinks the match is over. Give us 3 of those to where Gable has Gunther so close to the edge, so damn close to the edge. And then something happens, a weird mistake. Maybe Gable's trying to hold on to the top turnbuckle and the pad flies off by accident and he gets his face rammed in it, and then Gunther hits him with a powerbomb and pins him or whatever, and that leads to one final match. One blow-off after Gunther got taken to the absolute limit, to limits he's never been taken to before by Chad Gable, but still was able to survive. WWE gives Gable one more chance at whatever the pay-per-view after that is. By now, Gunther has surpassed and beaten Honky's record. He is officially the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. And then you do one more match, and that's where Gable beats him, and that's where Gable becomes the new Intercontinental Champion. I would love nothing more than to see that. The only thing I might like more than Gable winning the IC title is Gunther winning the world title while he's still Intercontinental Champion. And I've been saying that now, I think since January was the first time I mentioned it. Everybody's been talking about, maybe after the Rumble, oh my God, Gunther is the real deal. And I said, there's no law or rule that says he has to drop that Intercontinental Championship to get a title shot. They can still book him against a world champion while he's Intercontinental Champion. They've done that plenty of times. One of the biggest WrestleManias had an IC and World Championship face-off with Warrior and Hogan. What's wrong with doing that? What's wrong with him really elevating that Intercontinental title, having the run of his life, and then also winning the world title without even dropping the IC? What's wrong with that? Talking about smashing a guy over. I'd love to see that. But Gable is a guy that I have really wanted to see succeed and find success in the company. I thought he's been used primarily as kind of a joke character when he's so much more valuable than that. This guy has got Kurt Angle level ability and comedic timing. He's very similar to Kurt in the ring, maybe a little bit smaller, but just as good. He's got amazing athleticism, freakishly strong, and he has a hilarious personality. There is no downside whatsoever to Chad Gable. They have an absolute star in this guy. So what better way to finally make him than to have him beat one of the most credible opponents you have in your company? It might take him 3 tries to do it, but he finally does it and beats him clean. There would be no shame in that for Gunther either. A loss like that to Gable, even if it's clean, I believe would do nothing to harm Gunther. He would still be a very, very formidable opponent, and you could easily book him for WrestleMania in a title match. I don't remember if I mentioned this last week or not, but think about WrestleMania 20 and WrestleMania 30 main events. What were they? Triple threats. And we've all been thinking about Cody and Roman at WrestleMania 40 next year, but wouldn't Cody and Roman be really, really predictable? You'd think Cody's definitely winning if they do it then. But what if you chuck a Gunther in there? And it's Roman, Gunther, Cody. Triple threat for the title. What's wrong with that? It would be a fun little tradition, And WrestleMania 10 was kind of weird. They didn't have triple threat matches, but they had 2 championship matches with the coin flip thing. So WrestleMania 10 was unconventional, 20, 30, both triple threats, both stars like a Cody that hadn't made it yet and finally had their moment with Benoit and Danielson, and Cody could have that similar moment, or Gunther could have that similar moment, Or Roman could just stack them and pin them both, and then we're right back to that again. So who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But Gunther, I'm hoping, either passes the belt to Gable or just holds it until he wins the world title. Though those are the two options that I would like to see the most. There's lots of other people that would be worthy of an Intercontinental title run, but none I think that I would like to see more than Chad Gable. So I am rooting for him.